Hello, my name is Fiona Ledger. I am a financial coach specializing in insolvency matters with Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver Incorporated. Insolvency is a complex financial situation with significant legal and practical implications. This Brandon's blog post explores the key aspects of insolvency law in Canada, drawing on authoritative sources to provide a clear and informative overview. As the pandemic-induced economic roller coaster continues, I recently read an article in the Globe and Mail report on business about the world of insolvency advisory services. On the one hand, professionals like me help to fix corporate car crashes during crises, seemingly thriving off others' misfortunes. On the other hand, our services can lead struggling businesses to a new beginning, saving jobs and families. Not just the workers or the owners, but all the businesses that rely upon that one business. Let's dive into this fascinating landscape where financial insolvency wizardry collides with corporate despair.
Welcome to our Brandon's blog, Insolvency Advisory Services. Standout help does not need horrifying high costs. Insolvency basically is when you can't meet your financial obligations as they come due. So you think about it as a cash flow problem, that it's not just a temporary thing. And, this isn't just about numbers. It's about people's lives, their jobs, families, Some businesses are all interconnected. So when one business goes down, sometimes it can impact a whole chain of other businesses. Now in Canada, we've got a pretty solid legal framework for dealing with insolvency. We've got the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act, which most people just call the BIA. And then there's the Companies Creditors Arrangement Act, or the CCAA. Now the BIA is mostly for individuals and smaller businesses, and it gives them a structured way to financially restructure to avoid bankruptcy, or in certain cases, liquidate their assets and discharge their debts through bankruptcy. The CCAA, though, it's more for those big corporations that owe $5 million or more. A lot of these big legal and trustee firms, especially those fancy ones in downtown Toronto on Bay Street, they charge these crazy high fees. It's just out of reach for a lot of businesses. But here's the thing, Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver Inc., they do things a little differently. They believe that expert advice shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. You shouldn't have to be rich to get help with this stuff. So Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver Incorporated offer the same level of expertise as those big Bay Street firms. They've even handled some really complex restructuring cases, but their fees are way lower. It's kind of like getting the same quality brain surgery but at a community hospital instead of a private clinic. You're getting the same expertise just without the crazy price tag. Kind of a grim way to put it. But it does make you think, are these high fees really justified? Especially when you have firms like Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver Incorporated offering the same expertise for a fraction of the cost. You need to think carefully about who you're hiring as an advisor. Brandon also cites a case his firm was involved in where various stakeholders opposed their fees in court. The judge reviewed the entire situation and found their fees were both well-earned and reasonable. The judge approved their fees 100%. It's not just about their expertise. It's about the value they provide for what they charge. Because when you're in a financial crisis, every dollar counts. Yeah. And you want to make sure that your money is actually going towards helping you recover, not just paying for fancy digs and pricey artwork. Financial struggles, they don't just affect your bank account. They take a toll on you mentally and emotionally. The stress, the anxiety, the fear, it can be really overwhelming. So it's important to recognize those feelings and get some support if you need it. Remember, you're not alone. They really get that insolvency is an emotional thing. They don't just offer financial expertise. They offer empathy and support. Their goal is to provide a realistic lifeline, tailoring their strategies to each client's individual needs. They're not just crunching numbers. So you get top-tier expertise without the top-tier price tag. They're always looking for alternatives to bankruptcy. They know how devastating it can be, not just financially, but emotionally as well. They've built their reputation on providing personalized service with compassion and without the crazy price tag. They handle complex cases, the kind you might think only those big firms could handle, but they do it with a focus on keeping costs down. With the right help, it can be a turning point, a chance for growth renewal, and a fresh start, starting over, starting now.